you doing tonight? Welcome to beautiful Brooks Park on this 6th Tuesday summer evening of 2024. I am very excited to be here. My name is Tom Yanka, and I have the honor of being the conductor of the Harwich Town Band. Thank you all so much for coming. We hope that you enjoy the musical program that we put together for you tonight. We'd like to thank a few people before we start. First person is Eric Beebe in the Town of Harwich Recreation and Youth Department. We'd like to thank the Harwich Highway Department and Wes and Steve, who come and help us set up every week. The Harwich Cultural Council. We'd also like to thank Cindy Williams and the Harwich Chamber of Commerce. And last but not least, Carolyn Carey and everyone at the Harwich Community Center up the street, for without them, Harwich Town Band would not be possible. How about a nice round of applause? I'd also like to give one last shout out to the man sitting right over there in the red behind the camera. That's Mr. Jim Fulton. Jim films these concerts every single week. And then if you guys can't come to them, you can see them on YouTube or on the Harwich channel. So be sure to tune in on YouTube and you can see yourself. So let's get off the evening to a nice start. We're going to play our theme song, which is called Harwich is the Town for Me. It was written by the late, great Milton Adolphus. He was a West Harwich resident and an outstanding composer. Now, we're going to sing it. First, we're going to play it, then we're going to sing it. Here we go. Harwich is the town for me. It has charm, it has grace, it's a beautiful place. Harwich is the town for me. Bogs of berries and sand, ponds and beaches so grand. We live in perfect harmony. San Francisco and Boston have treasures well known. Well, we're happy in Harwich with treasures of our own. So join in and rejoice and let's sing with one voice. Harwich is the town for me. It has charm, it has grace, it's a beautiful place. Everyone, Harwich is the town for me. Bogs of berries and sand, ponds and beaches so grand. We live in perfect harmony. San Francisco and Boston have treasures well known, but we're happy in Harwich with treasures of our own. So join in and rejoice and we'll sing with one voice. Harwich is the town for, Harwich is the town for, Harwich is the town for me. The Harwich Cranberry Festival continues with some wonderful events this week. This Friday, on August 2nd, from 9 to 2, right here in Brooks Park, is the Harwich Community Yard Sale. So if you're looking for something that you don't know where to go, or looking for some gifts, come on down here from 9 to 2 on Friday. That's the Harwich Yard Sale. And if you need more information, just call the community center up the street. And the Cranberry Festival is also hosting its second summer craft fair on August 10th and 11th from 9 to 4, once again right here in Brooks Park. There's lots of fun things to buy, lots of artists. They have hand-painted slates, they have stained glass, they have shell art, they have lots of stuff. So come on down for that on August 10th and 11th. Now, we're going to get the party started with some disco music from 1978 by the incomparable Village People. And I think you know it, it's only 4 letters, the Y, M, C, and A. And if you don't want to stand up, you can do it from your chairs. Here we go. That was very good YMCAing. I usually don't turn around, but everyone said, turn around, everybody does it. I'm like, you do, it's terrific. Our next medley is by one of the great music duos of all time. They come from New Haven, Connecticut, before they moved to California. Their names are Karen and Richard Carpenter. Richard played the piano, Karen played the drums as well as singing. Tonight we're going to play two of their songs, Rainy Days and Mondays, as well as We've Only Just Begun. But did you know that they first started as the Richard Carpenter Trio, and there was another musician that played with them before he left? Did you also know that in 1966 they entered the Battle of the Bands competition in Hollywood Bowl, and they won it? Did you know that when Karen Carpenter graduated from high school, she was presented with the John Philip Sousa Band Award? And did you know that the Harwich Town Band plays one of their very famous tunes called Merry Christmas, Darling at their holiday concert in December? And did you know that it's 147 days till Christmas? So here we go with Songs of the Carpenters. Our next medley is dedicated to our armed forces. How about a nice round of applause for anyone who has served or is currently serving, as well as the families that support them. Our song contains the official songs of the Army, the Coast Guard, the Marines, the Air Force, and the Navy. And we would like anyone who has served in our military or is currently serving to stand up and be recognized when they hear the song of their particular branch. And when they do, I would really like it if everyone gave a nice round of applause. So thank you again, once again, to everyone who has served or is serving in our military. Thank you for keeping us safe. Here is Armed Forces Salute. day. And those who play it are called pianists. So this is my pianist, Kathy Conley. She does a wonderful job. She still blushes every time to get her up here. Here's a song that she's going to play with the band. It's called Island Breezes. Okay. Two beats for nothing, then you start the beginning. Okay. Four. Sorry, fast forward. Four, then we start. Ready? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, our next medley is by an American rock band that formed in 1961 in Hawthorne, California. Some of the members are brothers and one is a cousin. Their names are Brian, Dennis, Carl, and Mike. And they had a string of top 10 hits, and their music was considered the California sound. The songs we're going to play tonight are I Get Around, In My Room, and Fun, Fun, Fun. Let's groove with the Beach Boys on stage. 4 beats. That's it. 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, we are going to play a lovely spiritual hymn. The words were first published in 1779 by John Newton. And the words that he wrote were set to music in 1835 by composer William Walker. Now we're going to feature the tuba section tonight. The melody is going to be played by Bud Bartlett and Bruce Scott over there. Our two wonderful tubas. Here is Amazing Grace. Isn't that beautiful? It's an amazing instrument, the tuba. It's probably the heaviest, and it definitely takes the most amount of lung power. So
Hot air, hot air, my wife says.
Hot air. Oh, that's right. That's Brucey, Bud. Thank you. Our next song is written by Irving Berlin in Camp Upton in New York while he was serving in the Army during World War I. It was finally introduced on Armistice Day in 1938 by Kate Smith. It's been recorded by Bing Crosby in 1939. It was the official campaign song of both the Republican Franklin Delano Roosevelt and the Democratic Wendell Willkie in the 1940 presidential campaign. It was performed on the Ed Sullivan Show by Irving Berlin himself in 1968. Leanne Rimes, she sang it in 1997, and Celine Dion sang it in 2001, right after the September 11 attacks. Here is God Bless America.
Ready? 4 beats. 4 beats. 4 beats.
Sorry. 4 beats. At the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. We having fun yet? All right. It's time for our march around. So we want everyone to come on down, and we're going to pass out little American flags, and we're going to, instead of marching around the bandstand, because we're too big, we're going to march around the band. So come on down, and like adults and kids, anyone of all ages, dogs, cats, whatever you like. This is Beverly, and she will be one of our leaders. And this is Laura, who's going to be giving out some flags as well. And Mark Carney, who leads the march around with Beverly every week. How you doing, Mark? How about a nice round of applause? All right. of 1957, this next amazing musical debuted on Broadway to rave reviews. The book, the music, and the lyrics are all written by Meredith Willson. It ran for 1,375 performances, and the recording won a Grammy for Best Musical Theater Album, which stayed on the Billboard chart for 245 weeks, which is nearly 5 years. And because it's one of my favorites, I'm going to wear my special hat. I wear this when I conducted in Chatham, and hopefully none of them will watch this video. We all know Singing in the Rain as a wonderful musical starring Gene Kelly, Debbie Reynolds, and Donald O'Connor. But the song, Singing in the Rain, didn't come from the movie. It was actually introduced on Broadway in 1929 in something called the Hollywood Music Box Review. It was written by Arthur Freed and Herb Brown and was a hit single with 3 singers, including Cliff Edwards, Earl Burtett, and Gus Arnheim, all in 1929 alone. It's been recorded by Jimmy Durante, Judy Garland, Sammy Davis Jr., and Dean Martin. And it wasn't until 1952 that the song was put together in a collection of tunes and made into the movie that we know and we love. But my favorite version is by the Harwich Town Band, and we're gonna play it for you right now. Here is Singing in the Rain. And if you were wondering what those things are with the percussion section, those are called rain sticks. And I love them because it sounds like rain, and they're like empty, hollowed branches that are filled with different beans and things like that, and they sound like rain. And that's my all-female percussion section, which is top-notch. Now, at the end of every July and at the end of every August, my predecessor, Maestro Peter Cobb, would play the following song as a way to wish good tidings to all the people who visited Cape Cod and to say goodbye to one of the few summer months that always go so fast. A few weeks ago, we did a lovely concert for Peter and his family. They came from as close as Boston and as far away as South Korea. Now, with this song, we're going to honor Peter again tonight. And I'd just like to say, since his great-nephew, who is about 5 years old, wants to be a conductor himself, and he watches the YouTube videos in South Korea, I just wanted to say, hi, Jonathan Bradley Cobb. Hope you're watching. Hope you're nice. Take care. So here we're going to do a Shokin farewell with Peter DeBacher, who is also the president of the board of the Harwich Town Band, and he's going to be our soloist. We're just about done with our concert tonight. We like to do a nice march, and then we're going to follow the march with the Star Spangled Banner. Thank you so much for coming. It's been a great night. Boy, you can tell it's different. When we started 5 weeks ago, it was still sunny at this time, but the days are getting shorter and shorter. We'll be here every Tuesday until August 27th. We hope you can join us again. Here we go with the Colonel Bogey March, and if you're able, please stand for our national anthem. Please rise. your Harwich Town Band, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming. We'll see you next Tuesday.